So the Panthers play the LA Chargers this week. You're already shaking your head. We just started, man. We just started.
It gets worse every week, man. It gets worse every week. Like, the Raiders are bad. Tampa Bay is
the Raiders aren't bad. They're 2-0.
The Raiders are bad.
They
Tampa Bay is a
I
bad
don't think
team
they're bad.
masquerading as a good team, kind of.
I don't think the Raiders are bad.
And the Chargers are a bit better than that.
The Chargers could have been 2-0 as well.
The Raiders are very bad.
I think you're underrating. I think you're underrating these teams. I don't think the Raiders are bad. They just beat New Orleans on Monday night.
New Orleans? Wow. With their 55-year-old quarterback? That's incredible. Look. Incredible. And minus their number one receiver? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
Just not giving them any respect. 2-0. They're 2-0. The Chargers were this close to upsetting the Chiefs. They lost in overtime. Chargers are a tougher team.
They were also this close to losing to the Bengals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, no, but the Chargers are a talented team. They've got their quarterback in there now because, Godspeed to Tyrod. I hope he gets better very, very soon after his own doctor stabbed him in the chest. He's never playing for them again. So, that Justin Herbert looked pretty good in his debut, 311 yards, touchdown and interception, and another rushing touchdown. They've got a lot of talent on the offense. They got a lot of talent on defense. And that's just something you can't say about the Panthers.
Well, the Panthers have, I think, a lot of talent on offense.
Yeah, well, look, they have talent on offense, for sure. But the biggest part of that talent isn't playing because Christian McCaffrey's out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see them.
They did have a lot of talent when they had Cam Newton starting at quarterback. Their current quarterback is Teddy Bridgewater, and he had one okay game and one awful game. So we'll see.
I think he's going to have a good game this week. Look, we're Teddy fans. We think Teddy is a good quarterback. And yeah, he played awful last week. I think he's going to have a bounce back game this week. I don't think they're going to win, but I think he's going to play much better this week. And
I hope he does.
Yeah, but the issue is going to be it's going to be an ongoing issue, and we're going to talk about it every week when we break down Panthers games. It's going to be the defense, right?
Well, not only that, I can't even say the Panthers defense is an issue. They suck. That's just what it is. They're through 2 games. They don't have any sacks. They're not getting any pressure. The corners we already knew were going to be bad.
Yeah.
The issue is the offensive line. I think Daly is out again. They're saying Russell Okung may miss the game. Not sure yet.
Shocker.
Hasn't been fully decided at this point. You know what I hate about Russell Okung possibly missing this game? They said if he misses the game, it could be Greg Little or another guy. I think they said Schofield taking over.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't Schofield, but could be Greg Little or another guy taking over at left tackle. And I'm like, how could it be anybody but Greg Little? You tried to trade up into the first round to get him. He was the franchise left tackle. But whatever. Anyway, Marty Hurney sucks. Marty Hurney should get fired. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
They can't pass protect, really. And the quality of the pass rush that they face is going up every week. Now, Melvin Ingram is, I think, listed as doubtful or questionable right now. So we don't know if he's going to go. But they've got Joey Bosa. They have Melvin Ingram if he goes. Linval Joseph, Jerry Tillery. They're not going to be able to block those guys and keep them off of Teddy.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So maybe Teddy might struggle again. Who knows?
Yeah, and like I said, you can't lean on Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. You brought up Reggie Bonifon from the practice squad. I like Reggie. I think he's talented, but obviously he's not McCaffrey.
No.
You haven't done much of anything to get Curtis Samuel involved. That's going to have to change this week if you want any chance of winning.
Yeah. You mentioned that in our Ravens and Chiefs breakdown that you wanted to see the Ravens wide receivers get more involved in the screen passes. I think that's the same thing for Carolina. You have Curtis Samuel that he can do it all. Get him more involved in some screen plays and see if he
He's going to have to play running back.
He might, but some handoffs, some screen passes, get him involved and see if he can break it. But yeah, the defense, it's just a matter of how fast can they grow up, right? Right now they don't look good, but what I'm watching every week is to see if they're cleaning up some of their mistakes from the previous week. That's the only thing you can really hope for from a young defensive squad like that. I want to see Jeremy Chin and Derek Brown. Not make boneheaded plays. Derek Brown had a late hit last week that kind of sealed the deal for you guys, right? I just want to see those guys just play a little bit more disciplined from week to week to see if they can improve. And as they start to do that, they'll start to steal some of these games.
I don't think it's not even just cleaning up some mistakes. Like I said, it looks like that right now because they're playing. They played a couple close games. Like I said, they played a couple close games against not very good teams. As the opposition improves, the gap is just going to widen. Like that defense is just not talented enough to really compete. They're not. Brian Burns is good. Shaq is good. I mean, Trey Boston's all right, but there's just not enough quality players on the defense right now. You expect Derek Brown to be that. You expect Gross Matos to be that, but they're not right now. Some people expect Jeremy Chin to be that. He's not right now.
Right, but I mean, when you say they're not talented, I think there's some talent, but there's some potential, right? Like you said, Troy Pride and Jeremy Chin, they have potential to be really good. That's why I want to see, can they improve as time goes on. I want to see.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you on their potential to be really good, but again, it doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there because potential is not real. It's just what you hope they turn out to be.
Sure.
They may not have that in them at all. What matters is that right now, as they're playing week to week, they're just not good enough, and that's fine. I mean, everybody knew the defense was going to be bad coming into this season. So it's not a surprise to see them, giving up yards, giving up points every week. I just think that the margin of loss is going to widen as the season goes on.
I disagree. I don't think so. I think there's some things that they can clean up as they, and some things, that they're seeing on the field, and they get more comfortable, and they get just more comfortable with the play calling and understanding their assignments. I think they'll tighten up a little bit as the season goes on. And like I said, I don't necessarily think they're going to the playoffs, but I think they can be more competitive than. Well, I mean, they're competing right now, to be honest. Like they're not.
That's what I'm saying. They're competitive because they played a couple bad teams, or not great teams.
Yeah.
And as they get into their schedule and they play better teams, they're just going to lose by more.
I mean, let's be honest. Who's on their schedule that's really great? I don't think.
I mean, I don't have their full schedule in front of me, but
I don't think they're playing too many teams where it's like, oh man, they're going to get blown out this week.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Let me take a look here. We've got the Chargers. I think we haven't gotten to this part of the show yet, but I think that's going to be a fairly easy win for LA.
Oh yeah, we got to do a score prediction.
They got Arizona. I think they get blown out by Arizona. They've got a chance to get blown out by Atlanta because I don't think they'll be able to score with them, but not with the way the offense is looking right now.
Right.
Chicago, I mean, we'll see who's playing quarterback for Chicago by then. They don't. I don't know that they have the capacity to blow anybody out, but I think that's
or maintain
loss.
Leads.
Yeah, but I think that's a loss. New Orleans should have Mike Thomas back by the time they play. They'll get blown out in that game. Then they got Atlanta again. Then they got Kansas City. God help us in that one. Tampa Bay again. I figure by that point in the season, somebody else will be playing quarterback after Brady's arm falls off. So we got to.
They don't have anybody else. Yeah,
not my problem.
They might win that game. So
Detroit, they should beat. Minnesota, they should beat. Denver, I think, is a loss. Green Bay is going to blow them out. Then they got the Rivera Bowl, and they close with New Orleans.
So out of all those teams, in my opinion, Kansas City and Green Bay could be blowouts.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them, I don't see it. I don't see a blowout, especially Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta could put up 50 points, but they're going to give up 51.
Well, maybe that's what I'm saying. Like they're playing the first game against Atlanta. McCaffrey won't be back for. Who knows if their O line will be healthy, and they're just struggling to score right now.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
the offense isn't rolling like we had hoped they would.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can't stop Atlanta. That's not even up for question. They can't stop that offense.
Right.
So they have to score 30 plus for that to not be a blowout.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
Okay, so we're going to have some more thoughts and opinions on this team in our post game review of this matchup, because we have some strong opinions about just the organization as a whole.
About the fact that they've been incompetent for the
Marty
entirety
Hurney,
of their
Matt
existence.
Rule, like just some of the moves that they made, and I'm curious for Panthers fans out there. One, how do you feel about Matt Rule right now, and how many games are you giving him, or are you just giving him the whole season? How long are you giving him before you start really critiquing his coaching? Because what I'm seeing so far, I'm not impressed. I know it's only two games in, but I'm not impressed.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have a coaching staff with no experience coaching a team with little experience on defense specifically. So yeah, I mean, they're going to have all these kinds of issues. So I mean, yeah, there's nothing really to judge there, basically for the whole season. I mean, they stripped that roster down and said, hey, hopefully we'll outscore some teams, and win a few games, but they're not trying to stop anybody. So this is really just a throwaway year for Carolina.
Yeah. If we're talking about players, that's one thing. That's why I can look at the defense and say, okay, I just want to see you get better. For coaches, I don't care if it's your first time coaching. I want to see results. Like, you got the job. They paid you the money.
But look, experience matters.
Experience matters
because you can say the exact same thing about the players, man. You got the job, go play. You're a professional. It doesn't matter if you're a rookie or not. You are a professional football player. Go do your job, right?
But we do that more so than we do for coaches, right? Especially if it's a first round pick. If that first round pick doesn't play well in that first year, we jump on them and we say, hey, he's looking like a bust.
Yeah, and look, and that's fair. These are all professional, the professional players, professional coaches.
Yeah,
you're getting paid to go do your job. Go do it.
Yeah.
If you do a bad job, you get called out as doing a bad job.
Yeah.
So Matt Rule has a 7-year contract though, so this year does not matter for him.
I mean, the next 3 years don't matter. Yeah.
Who this year matters for, I think, is Teddy Bridgewater. Like if he doesn't, he had one bad week so far, but I mean, if he has a bad season, I think you'll see them much more likely to move on from him.
I think this year matters for Teddy and matters for Marty Hurney, because Marty Hurney
does anything matter for Marty Hurney? He was one of the worst GMs in the league during his first run in Carolina. And notice I said first run because he came back. Yeah. And then the owner sold the team. The head coach got fired. And Marty is still here.
Yeah.
What matters for Marty?
I think this year matters. He's not really, I don't think he's really David Tepper's guy. And look, somebody's head's going to have to roll this offseason, right? Because they made a lot of moves that fans weren't happy about, and they're promising a competitive team sooner rather than later. And if they go out and look really bad this year, somebody has to pay the price for that. And who better than Marty Hurney?
I'm gonna disagree with you there, because the fact that there aren't any fans this year. Right, nobody's allowed in the stadium. I mean, they're starting to ramp up a little bit over the next few weeks.
Right.
But people are going to be fighting to get tickets next year, whether the team is good or not, just because they went a whole season without being able to go to the games. So you're not going to see a backlash from fans of, I'm not going to see this bad team because you haven't been able to go see them. So I don't even think there's that kind of a threat.
Okay. So you think Hurney's got 2 more years? Got it.
I think I honestly think Hurney's just going to be there until they decide whether Matt Rule is their guy or not. Yeah. Like if if they fire Matt Rule, I think Hurney goes with them. But I don't think they're going to fire Marty Hurney. I don't think that's what they're thinking right now.
Okay.
Like if he continues to do a really poor job, sure.
Yeah.
But if that's what they were thinking, if they were just saying, "Hey, Marty Hurney's not our guy," or not my guy, if you're David Tepper,
yeah,
I think he would have been gone already. Why is he still there now?
Yeah, I agree with you about Bridgewater, though. I do think he has to have a good showing this year, win or lose. So I'm rooting for him. I think he's a good starting caliber quarterback in this league that's been passed way too many times for starting positions. So I want him to have a good showing this year, and no matter what happens to him, whether they keep him or move on from him or what, he can catch on somewhere else. Because if he has a bad year, I think this will be it for him as far as a starter.
He won't get another shot, I don't think.
Yeah.
So. If it goes poorly here. But I don't think it will. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
So for this weekend, got a little off track there. But for this weekend, they're going to lose to the Chargers.
Yeah, we haven't even scored yet.
It's probably going to be. I'm not thinking they're going to get like annihilated or anything. I'm going to say 28-13.
28-13. I mean, that's a pretty bad beatdown, man.
I mean, it's a 2-score game. It's just 2 scores.
They could put up 28, but like Justin Herbert's second game, it's in LA. I don't think he puts up 20 points. I think it's going to be, I'm going to say 21-13.
Just biting, man. Like whatever.
21-13. Right? Yeah.
Next time we're gonna do silent.
We just write it down and just hold it up. Yeah, we should do that.
You're not biting my scores anymore. Just because I nailed Carolina last week.
We'll write it down while we're talking and we'll just hold it up.
Ridiculous.